The way I describe my healing process to many people right now, I say that I have deep, deep wounds in my heart. And I'm very emotional and I feel pain every day. What I learned through my journey and healing journey, that we have incredible power as survivors to be in control of our story and write our story. Yes, from the age of 11 until 24, I was in the hands of abusers. And yes, I cannot make up for that time. I can't return back. But I can be in charge of my life right now.
What you're about to see is a reminder that the work we do is an important part of the healing journey for survivors of domestic violence. You see, domestic violence is more than an act of violence. It is a crime that impacts the survivors, their children, and their families for generations. Please listen carefully. Every person's healing journey is different, and hearing their stories is powerful evidence that the work you do truly matters. We want to thank these courageous individuals for speaking out. And we are also grateful for the many professionals that work to make a difference in the lives of these victims every single day.
Story. I've been talking about my story for over 20 years, and I really feel that that has helped. That has helped the healing journey. However, I honestly feel like I am waking up to the realization of what my life has been. Over the years, everybody's always said, Wendy's so resilient. Wendy's so resilient. And that has never connected with me. Resilient? I don't know. And I'm starting to realize that other people have put that label on me to make themselves feel better. Because no, I haven't been resilient. No, I have struggled every single freaking day for my entire life. I continue to put one foot in front of the other, but no, I'm not resilient in any way. I'm still on my healing journey. But you know what is so wonderful and so great, and it's giving me so much comfort right now? I never in a billion years ever thought I would ever get on TikTok, but I ended up with TikTok, and I ended up on their trauma healing, I don't know what you call it, but there's this whole circle of healing and trauma and talking about childhood and our inner child. And every time somebody shares and it connects with me, it's like, oh my God, you're saying exactly how I'm feeling right now. Oh my gosh, you are going through that too. And I no longer feel so alone. We have got to start having a safe place to build connectiveness with other people and realizing such things. I think everybody else is perfect, and then there's me. Whereas I think if we can all, as we share, and we tell people, you know what, yeah, I'm screwed up too, it gives me permission. And it tells me, it validates that I'm okay to continue to live the way that I'm living, even though I am still screwed up. And just the healing journey is going to be lifelong. Just know that you are stronger than you can ever believe. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Acknowledge yourself. Find yourself. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to the abusers. They will always be able to manipulate their way back into your heart. You are worth more than this.
For those members of our community who are experiencing domestic violence, I want you to know this. There are people out there in the communities who are going to respond to your situation, and they want you to be safe. They don't want to ruin your life, but they want to help you be safe and hold that offender accountable. And if you don't want to interact with law enforcement, that's okay. But I don't want you to go away and feel that there's no one here to help you. So if you can, if you have the agency to do so, please reach out to a community-based advocacy organization, seek their help with safety planning, seek their help with learning the things you need to learn to keep yourself and your family safe.
For a survivor who's experiencing domestic violence, I think the most important thing for them to know is they're not alone. The most important thing for them to know in addition to that is that there's help available. And for many survivors, there's such an overwhelming thought of there's nowhere to go, no one to help them, they wouldn't even know how to share or start the conversation because there's so much grief and fear associated with violence. And what individuals need to know is that that's what we're here for. Family justice centers are literally a one-stop shop for people to come in and sit in a room just like this, so that we can say, you're here, we believe you, and this is what we're going to do to help you. So the reassurance that people often think they're not going to get is literally on the other side of our door, and we're here to help them.
I think most of us become prosecutors because we want to help people. So when there is a resolution that provides closure and allows for a healing process to begin, I don't think there's any greater satisfaction that we can have as prosecutors.
I used to really study my life and my choices and to see if, did I create this? The choices I'm making, am I becoming a victim because of the choices I make? One of the huge issues that people don't talk about is it's family. No one wants to talk about their family beating them. No one wants to talk about their family sexually abusing them. That's why it's underreported. That's why the statistics are so skewed. And that's why we don't talk about it. It's a huge issue, and we need to start educating people more and using prevention methods rather than just waiting until it's too late, because it's a life sentence. Every single day it's a struggle. It's been my path to become the superhero that I needed as a kid. I didn't have help. I didn't have education. I believe that I am a voice for survivors out there, and I want to show them that they can survive, and not only survive but thrive, that we all deserve that, and that if we work hard enough, we will get what we deserve.
We believe you and what you've been through, and there is help for you out there, and you don't deserve what you're experiencing. There's a national hotline people can call, and that hotline will get them connected to their local resource. There is help. I think that's one thing that that people forget sometimes. They think that they're all alone and that nobody cares about them. And I would say, I care about you. We all care about you. Your community owes you the right to feel safe in your body and in your home and out in the streets. And we all want to support you in your journey, whatever that looks like, to being safe.
I know what it's like to live through being abused and controlled, and to experience being trafficked and to feel less than human. And I don't want anybody to experience that and to know what that feels like. It often seems like, you know, when I'm training law enforcement and to try and get them to understand the psychological hold of why didn't I just run and why didn't I just reach out for help? And I think that the only way to really understand that psychological hold is to experience that. And so in that way, I'm glad that they can't really understand. And, you know, it took a lot of years, but I finally did find healing and forgiveness and true peace and happiness. And to know when a girl or a boy is being abused, to just give them that hope that this isn't where it ends, that you can experience a happy and fulfilled life and go on and find love. And, you know, my son, I get to be a good mom to him because I found all that healing, and I get to do this work, which fulfills me. And just to know that hopelessness feeling, that where you feel so hopeless, that doesn't last forever.
I think the best way to tackle domestic violence or any kind of problem that we are facing is to work as a team. Each and every one of us has an important role to play, from the dispatcher, police officer, paramedics, advocates, prosecutors, judges, probation officers, counselors, and the list goes on. The sooner that we can all work together and understand the role that each of us play, the stronger that case will be, and the stronger we will be able to communicate to the victim that she is important, we understand what she's going through, and we can do a better job.
Doing this type of engagement, doing this type of outreach, that keeps me healthy. Doing what I do for a living every day with the stress that comes along with it, planting seeds, knowing that, you know, the survivor may not leave today, may not leave tomorrow, shoot, may not leave for 3 years, but we're seed planting. This is seed planting, sharing our stories, letting it be known that you can survive, taking the word victim out of our vocabulary, because we're not victims, we're survivors. I hadn't thought about the trauma or the abuse that I sustained in that relationship for 20 years. And thinking that you're beyond that, and thinking that, you know, it's over with, you know, I'm over it, moved on, next chapter. I kind of was slapped in the face with that this morning. Because I haven't thought about it, because I don't want to say I've just forgot about it, because you never forget, but you do move on. And that's part of the journey of healing and becoming comfortable in your own skin, is the recognition of this happened to me, but I'm a survivor. I'm here. It happened to me, but I'm not that person anymore. So when this morning I did my meditations, I did my self-soothing as I normally would, as it's just another day. But then out of nowhere, I'm making coffee and I'm hit with that flood of emotion, that memory of, oh shit, I made the coffee wrong. And that's why I spilled my coffee. For that moment, I had that brief panic of taking me back 20 years ago to, I think I just made the coffee wrong. And then from there it was a mess. So it does creep in. Healing is an everyday process. The trauma is always there. The trigger could be unknown. I mean, it was coffee. I'm laughing at it now because as I'm sitting here, I still feel like I can smell the coffee on my hands. And so, you know, the triggers are there. I mean, it could be nothing. It could be a smell of someone's cologne when you're walking in a store. It can be a tone of somebody's voice. It can be a word. And it can send you back to that very place 20 years ago when you're locked in that room being a victim. It's an everyday process. Don't be quiet. It's okay. Domestic violence and violence in general doesn't stop because of color, race, diversity. It happens to all of us, even myself, who was working in an agency at the time of my abuse, and knowing what was right and knowing what was wrong, and knowing the indicators. Use your voice when it's safe to. Reach out to the people and let them know what's happening. Even if you're not ready to go to law enforcement, there are people out there like myself and other organizations that will be happy to just be there with you and help you through the process. Yes, I am a daughter of an addict. Yes, I had lived on the streets. Yes, I came from nothing, but I'm here.
Seek help and keep trying to seek help. If it doesn't work the first time, if you don't connect with the right organization to help you, keep trying, keep asking. There are a lot of organizations out there to help people who are victims of domestic violence.
Seek help because there is help. Even coming to a national park, there's help. We will get you help. We want to make our best efforts to make you safe, to have safety planning, and just know that you're not alone. And we understand that there's barriers for your ability to leave, but talk to somebody because there are people out there that want to help you.
My healing journey started at the Family Justice Center. After meeting with my detective, he gave me hope and he helped me to realize that I was not alone. And there was a whole group of compassionate individuals to help me stay safe with my children. One of the most wonderful things that happened to me at the Family Justice Center was to meet a group of survivors who had been through similar experiences. And we're sharing their experiences to give hope to other victims and raise awareness about domestic violence in our community. They inspire me to share my experience as well. And I'm so thankful that I became part of their family. Today, I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to work in the developing team of a new Family Justice Center in San Diego County. It is just a wonderful gift that I have to be able to now provide support and hope and healing at a Family Justice Center, just as I did once when I needed help and safety the most. My story now has a purpose. It's not only about me, it's about other victims who are experiencing pain, suffering, and loneliness at this moment. My experience, my story now brings them hope.
This is my first time sharing publicly my story. I can't describe how it empowered me and how much it uplifted me. It gave me control and power of my story, and it helped me in my healing process. I just want to encourage every victim out there to not give up. I know how painful it is, and I know so many times I would cry in my therapist's office and say that I'm so done. I'm done with this healing process and I just can't deal with this anymore. And this is so not fair. But try to hold myself, and healing and doing the advocacy work and working where I am right now, it helps me to just carry myself through life and not break down. But I want to say I'm still vulnerable, and I am still feeling the pain of the trauma. Just know that abuse does not discriminate against any gender and any race, and all of us can be abused, and all of us can end up being in a vulnerable situation and end up in hands of perpetrator. But we can still be in charge of our story, and I encourage you to speak up.